Hi, and welcome to another episode on Luderia, where we are moving away from this town, or at least we're working towards it. Today I want to focus on doing some more expanding of the world, and I have that, you see that Agnithra, the A little mark over there, I can show you on the map, is quite near spawn, and I want to go and take a look at it, flatten it out a little bit, so that we can build a city on top of it. And I'll tell you why in a second. First, I need a little nap. And I need to get a drill ready. Because I haven't built a drill in this world yet. Which is weird. Okay, let's find ourselves a nice and flat spot to make a drill. Maybe over... Yeah, over here works fine. That should be that. Now let's see if I can... If I still remember how to set this up. We have a deployer here pointing down. This one will set blocks down. And then we also have a deployer set up here. This one will place rails. Okay, so that's 7 wide. How high can we take this? I don't want it to be too high, but I want it to be a decent size, so maybe we do 7 by 7. And then, of course, we can't forget about these guys. And just to make my life easier, I'm going to put an item interface on it as well, so that we can empty it a lot easier than just manually, you know? Right there. Now, glue. That should be everything. We're using a minecart furnace because then we can supply it with coal and we don't have to do like the whole redstone thing. So this should be that. I should be able to pick all of this up, and there we go. I'm gonna leave this over here because I'm gonna be putting it down over here, but I am going to go to that spot about 2,000 blocks that way, and I'm gonna show you what the plan is for today. Okay, so this pillar of dirt is actual spawn, and that forest over there is where I want to build a city. Now, eventually, I want to move spawn from there into that city as a central point, so that if I ever invite people over to this world, they spawn in that city, which would be nice. All I need to do is kind of get a feel for the land, right? It's an island, which is nice, right? We've got a pretty hill on this, which I kind of want to keep, right? I kind of want to keep the hill. I kind of want to keep this ravine type thing. But to get a better view of the land, I'm going to get rid of all the trees first and then flatten out like the high spots. Not get rid of the entire hill, but flatten off the high spots a little bit. But yeah, I feel like this would be a good time lapse, so enjoy! We have a flat top on the mountain. If we take a look, I'm gonna sleep first. So if we take a look, we have a mountain here, right? Which is probably gonna be the center of our city. The rest of the land around here, and then a bit across the river over there, is gonna be the actual like housing part of the city. The thing is, we wanna lay out, right? We wanna lay out this world, and we kind of want to start off by dedicating certain areas to certain things. I'm thinking a harbor on this peninsula over here, right? Because we have a mountain here, it doesn't make sense to have any train stations over here, so we'll probably have a train station somewhere in this area over here. What we want to do now, and this is why we built up a wool farm last episode, is we want to put out a bit of a layout. Let me first take down the addition that I made to our trail. So we're going to go home, we're going to take our drill with us, because all the resources. Although, do I really need to? Yeah, we'll take it with us. We're going to grab some wool, and then lay down a rough idea of where certain amenities or certain regions are going to go within our city. I have a bit of a layout. It's not fully done yet, but I know where what is going to go. I'm not going to go over it again. The only thing I'm going to say is that the green is the roads. I have a bit of like the main road coming in over here, going around the main hill area, and then going into the harbor area, going over here across the water over here, stuff like that. But most of the roads are going to be built up by the actual buildings on the island. So all of these big areas in between the main roads are going to be houses, and then the alleyways are going to form naturally. Because I want to get a building down, I have an idea for this main square. It's on top of the hill. It's going to have this big building. And yeah, I need a lot of materials for it. I need a lot of limestone. I need a lot of deep slate for it. So I'm going to do a little bit of material gathering, and then I'll meet you guys back over here to actually build the thing. I think we should start. I have a load of this deep slate going on because I think it's pretty. So let's start off with a layout with like a layout in the ground, and then we'll build up from there, get a frame in, and I feel like getting the frame in is step one because it's a bigger building, and I don't want to build the entire building just to tear it back down. So let me get a frame in, and I'll get back to you. All right, I feel like this. So this would be like the load-bearing structure, right? The supporting structure of this entire building. The rest that we're gonna add is mostly just decorative, right? So the walls, the stuff, we're gonna have plenty of windows in this building, but the shape looks good, I would say, so far. Now, I was kind of annoyed by having to get up there, so I think it's time for us to make a jetpack. So we are going back to our starter base after a nap, and then we're making a jetpack. So I've got everything. I've got the jetpack crafted up. I've got a couple of tanks, but I need obsidian. And I think, yes, I have a pool over here that is going to allow us to make the fuel tanks that we need. I think this is lava, right? Yes. Now the question is, where can I put, or I could take it from here down. Nope, not there. Let's put it down one. You go right there. And then simple enough to do this. Okay. We got a tank ready to do whatever we want it to do. Okay. So we wait for these to go and then we'll be good. And this should be enough for us to grab these. Wait, is that not how you do it? We have a jetpack, which is nice and brassy. We've got some tanks, and now we can travel vertically, which is a lot easier to build, to get on top of stuff as well. The ornithopter is a lot easier for horizontal travel, from going from point A to point B, so we're still going to keep that in our backpack as well. But having the jetpack is going to make vertical building a lot easier. So now that I have that, I can get the walls in place, I can get all the details in place. So let me do that, and I'll bring you in for the final reveal. And there it is. Pretty much done, right? Pretty much done. On the inside, we have a very open but still elegant space. I think we'll have like one side be like a meeting room kind of thing. I still need to decide if I want these like a balustrade like this, or if I want to separate this into floors. Still don't know what to do with these. These were added last basically in design, so I don't know. Oh, I still need to take down the dirt. Don't know what I'm going to put inside of here, but I have a general idea of what it's going to be used for. We can't just have a nice building without taking care of the rough area. Oh, talking about area, we did make a bit of a lake, well, pond, that kind of cascades into two other ponds, the small one and then this bigger one, and then all the way back into the river. The only thing I want to do is take care of the square. Well, it's not square, it's an oval, but you know what I mean. I think we should start off with, because I do want to kind of tie it together, but not entirely. So I feel like we should probably start with a nice border of layered deep slate. I want it to kind of look like a cog. At least I want the middle to look like a cog. It kind of looks like a small cog, right? Yeah, I can see that. And then I'd say we go around like this. Then why don't we? Because that is going to be fairly simple. So we do want to make it look a little more intricate. Yeah, kind of good. So the problem with this is it's still too much of an open space. It's gonna be too much of one color. So what I want to do is kind of get like a diagonal in place, not quite straight. That might work actually. Let me get the other side in as well. Yeah. Still too much of an open space. Okay, that's not bad, but maybe we curve it back in to like the center. Not entirely over there, but like And then we mirror that side, do something like that. Yeah, like so. And then we can, just for the sake of it, add like another kind of square in here. Yeah, see, that looks a lot more interesting than that side. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, see, that makes me think big expensive square. And then I think I'm just gonna put down a mixture of just granite and different types of granite. Cut granite, some of the cut granite bricks, and then the granite bricks from chipped. Might even do this part and like kind of draw the same pavement towards the building. I like it. I like the red ground contrasting the white building. Or I should say the white building contrasting the red pavement. I like it. It does need something. And I think I've got everything I need for that one something. As you probably have noticed, I've started decorating a lot with flywheels because it adds that touch of brass in the building. And then I also have these copycat cogwheels with brass inside of them. And I figured something out with these pilots. These pilots, by the way, these are basically what goes on the front of a train, right? But I figured something out. Well, I don't know if other people probably have done this before, but I've been using them as some of like a guardrail almost. And minus some of the Z fighting here and there, from afar it looks pretty good. Just because we want it to look kind of fancy, we'll do alloy, brass. There we go. Nice little statue. Now we'll do one on the other side as well, just to kind of mirror the setting. What are we thinking? Kind of like it. It'll look better when there's other buildings in the background, but overall, I like these. Now I do need something, I don't know, maybe two trees up there. I'm not sure. Let me know what I can put in these dead spots over here. Now, as you can see, this is a very rough terrain, right? Very rough terrain. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is smooth all of this off, kind of have it come down to like somewhere over here, and really kind of smooth over, almost connecting this point to that point almost. I'll see what I can do. I'll put in some like a spider web of dirt to kind of figure out where I want to go with things, how smooth I want it. Now, if we want to do that, if we want to put in that terraforming job, I am going to need more dirt. We'll see how far I can get. How are we looking? I mean, yeah, that's basically it, right? And then from here, we kind of want to figure out how far we're going to take this. We'll bring up the water edge. I kind of like the idea of bringing up the water edge to like this height, right? To Y69. So that I do like, right? Having this come out to like here. Now the thing is with this shoreline is we want it to be relatively flat. So the first couple of blocks, this inwards, is going to be very flat, right? Okay, my inventory is full, my backpack is full. I need to drop some stuff off. I also need to repair my shovel. So I'm going to go back to the start base, get everything repaired up, clean out both backpacks, and come back with a bunch of dirt and maybe an extra shovel. Because, yeah, I feel like we're gonna... Okay, I do like that slope. I do like it. It'll depend on how we go down, but we might as well just keep on the retaining wall. I don't know. We'll see where we go with this. That's all the shovels repaired. I'm gonna store a couple of these in this backpack and just christen this my digging backpack for now. And then this will be my main shovel for the rest of time, basically. We'll have to figure out a better way to go back and forward, but that's for later. First of all, I need to just do all the dirty stuff. So I spent the last hour, I would say, kind of mapping out the rise of the terrain. And now it kind of gives you an idea of how smooth everything is going to go. It also gives you an idea of how everything's connected. This is what I meant with like a spider web, basically. It's basically all the lines you need for all the curvature, both. So this gives you an idea for both the vertical curvature, so how the terrain moves from high to low, but also gives you an idea of the horizontal curvature, how it kind of wraps around the terrain. And now I just need to continue this over there. I think we're gonna have this connect up somewhere over here, because that seems more natural, and then this can lead into the cliff face. So this is going to wrap out all the way over there. And then we're going to spiderweb our way up this hill. Basically, we're going to cover all of this, smooth it out. And then it's just time to fill it all in. And yeah, I'll meet you all back when I'm done. And there we go. It's... I mean, the land is higher now. I haven't lit up anything below here, which you can see quite obviously, but maybe we'll do that another time. But look at this. Look at how nicely smooth this land is. And this is gonna allow us to build houses a lot more quickly and a lot more easily as well. Just getting them pieced in piece by piece, you know? I have a few places where it's like an immediate drop down, which we'll probably use for like retaining walls. That's just because it's just the distance between that shoreline and this curvature is just too high. But this is gonna be the land where the first city is gonna go on. And yeah, we'll have a nice time building it out. Not today though, not today, because I've been editing this episode already, and I don't think I can take any more block placing. This took me around 50k dirt to kind of just build all of this up, so I think I've placed enough blocks for this episode. If you liked it, do subscribe and like the video, and lets me know that you liked it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!